Thank you for tuning in to the second episode of our virtual Southwest video series. I want to thank everyone who joined us in our last episode where we made tortillas. We apologize for our technical glitches that we had, but we think we have them under control. So, this is our second episode, and today we are going to make Enchanting Enchiladas. Yes, enchiladas. Now, enchiladas are a very ancient dish as well. The Spaniards documented eating enchiladas with the natives. So we know that they were here at least in the 1500s, probably a few thousand years before that. And of course, utilizing those wonderful corn tortillas that we made in our last video, if you remember. Well, I'm sort of getting a head start on our enchiladas for today. I got about 8 good-sized chicken breasts, and I'm just frying them up. Now, I used a little bit of seasoning on the chicken breasts, a little bit of paprika, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of red chili, just to give us a kind of a shape of things to come. And I'm frying it in some olive oil with some onions. And as soon as this is all fried up, we're going to chop this up very fine. And this is the magical part that goes inside of our enchiladas. As you can see, our chicken is frying to a golden brown color. So make sure you cook the chicken thoroughly. I cook the chicken breast first and then chop it into little pieces after. I made sure that this chicken went straight from the package into the pan so that the chicken meat, the raw chicken meat, did not touch any surfaces, just to keep things a little bit safer and more sanitary. And once this chicken is done cooking, I'm just going to chop it up. I'm going to add a little bit of olives, a little bit of chopped tomatoes, and I'm going to roll that wonderful mix in these corn tortillas. Now, we cheated and bought corn tortillas this time, but you can always make your own too. And I'm gonna do enchiladas with chicken, but I'm also gonna do some of these with just cheese, but we're gonna put them in the same casserole dish when we're ready to cook. So meanwhile, we'll just wait for our chicken to be done and we'll chop it up. Well, our chicken came out wonderful. We're gonna let it cool before we chop it up. And in the meantime, we're gonna fry some corn tortillas so they'll be slightly cooked, only for about 30 seconds on each side. And we're gonna cook them in the same pan, right here. And after we have a whole mess of these cooked, we're gonna go ahead and chop these up and roll them in. Perfect. Okay, so we have chopped up our chicken and put it back into the skillet. We have fried all of our corn tortillas, and we're just going to put this on the skillet on low, and we're going to add some olives and some tomatoes, and we're going to cook this all up. This is going to be our mix to be rolled. You can use anything really to stuff the inside of the enchilada. You can use just cheese if you want. You can use turkey. In fact, cooked turkey is Wonderful. Okay. Looks like we're going to just cook the rest of this up for a little while. And after it simmers for just a bit, we'll start rolling along. Well, the wait was worth it. Our chicken is done. We mixed in some olives and some tomatoes. Our tortillas are done. So now it's time to just start rolling our enchiladas. And we're gonna take a little bit of the stuffing and put it inside each one. And we're gonna roll them up real good and tight. I roll them over and put them upside down. And we're gonna make a whole row of these. And I'm gonna show you a little trick in a minute too. I'm glad that I did not overcook these corn tortillas, because when you're cooking these for enchiladas, you want to do it so that it's still bendable and pliable, so you'll be able to roll them. Good. Wonderful. Now, every other one, I'm going to use a stick of these. Now, you might recognize these. These are just the snack cheeses that they have, you know, that if you want to snack on for lunch or whatever. I put one of these every other enchilada. So it'll be a cheese enchilada. And of course, we're going to put more cheese on top. All right, scissors. Oh well, if I ever get this open, go ahead and pause it. Nice bit of chipotle cheese. We'll just go ahead and roll this up and stick this bad boy with the rest. And I'm just going to continue this all the way across. Okay everybody, so our enchiladas are all rolled and ready to go. Now, before we put them into the oven, which I have preheated to 350 degrees, I'm just going to add a little bit of red chili over the top of these. I'm just going to spill it on top. Boy, this smells really good. Doesn't that look delicious? And on top of the red chili, we're going to put shredded cheese. You can obviously shred your own, it will taste fresher, but I like to use the Mexican mix that has some pepper jack and some cheddar in it. And we're going to put this all along the top. My, doesn't that look good? You should never scrimp on the cheese. When in doubt, use extra. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of salsa on top. Chunky salsa, red chili also. And we're just going to pour this on top of the cheese and around the borders. I'm sure that most of you, if you are native New Mexicans, you already have your favorite red chili and your favorite salsa already in mind. that you can use. All right, and to top it all off, one more dousing of red chili over the top. And last bit of cheese garnish. And this is just about ready to go into the oven. Doesn't that look magnificent? Now remember, you don't want it to go too far past the edge of the pan because you don't want it to spill all over. So make sure that the elevation isn't too high. And this bit of deliciousness is ready to go into the oven. And you're going to let it bake for about 30 to 35 minutes. Yum! I'll see you soon when you're in my belly. Okay. While our enchiladas are baking at a wonderful 350 degrees, we're going to leave them there for about a half an hour. And in the meantime, you can see that I have a lot of extra chicken and a lot of extra corn tortillas. So guess what? I'm going to make me some street tacos. Because I'm too hungry to wait for the enchiladas. Of course, if you have a whole other casserole dish, you could have made a whole other dish of enchiladas and put them in. All right, we're gonna wait for that enchilada casserole to cook, and I'm just going to have a little taste. Oh, so delicious. This is what makes the Southwest the most beautiful place to live. Okay, it looks like our enchiladas are done. This is going to be just delicious. Oh my goodness. Have you ever seen a more beautiful sight? Wonderful. And voila, our enchiladas are done. You can tell because the sauce has settled, the cheese has melted, and everything that's been sticking out is a nice little crispy brown. So we're going to give it the final taste test and see if these actually are enchanting enchiladas.
I'm gonna get some sneaky close-ups while you're doing this. Go ahead.
Okay. Suddenly I feel like I don't have opposing thumbs. Oh my God, that looks so good.
Let's get a big pan. Enchiladas.
Wow, that's all I have to say.
Cool, guys.
Well, I think I outdid myself, if I do say so myself. So, these enchanting enchiladas were enchanting. Now remember, you can stuff them with almost anything. Black beans, turkey, you can make them vegetarian, you can make them all cheese if you want. And of course, I did the red chili variation. You could do the green chili variation, or Christmas. Inside green, outside red, or inside red, outside green, however you like it. In any case, I want to thank you all for joining us for our second episode of the Virtual Southwest video series. Stay tuned, and we're going to teach you a few more fun things, and I hope that you'll join us again. On behalf of UNM Recreational Services, I'm Marty Lee Martinez, and happy eating.